What to do, traders? What's up? What's happening? It's your boy Go FX. You know what to do. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Press that subscribe button. Um, Comment, like, share. You know the videos. Um, this is all just my opinion. Of the markets. I have gold versus Bitcoin. I wanted to ask you guys that which one do you prefer to invest in the most? Is it Bitcoin or is it gold? Is it gold or is it Bitcoin? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna let the audience decide. I'll let the audience decide. You guys can comment down below in the comment description box below. You can tell me what do you think. Let's get engage in you know conversations. You know what I mean? Let's start talking about which one is not safer. I don't want to use the word safer, but which one is um the best of the best. The best of the best. Which one is the best? We've got gold right here. Gold has breached or surpassed um the highs, the previous highs on your left hand side. So we're on a daily time frame, you know, and gold has been inside this consolidation for a very, very long time right now, talking about this consolidation, this up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down type of situation, you know. So, but we can see that gold has been in a bullish uptrend, being bullish, still bullish, you know what I mean? But right now, as the DXY is weak, as the dollar is weak, what are your thoughts on, on on gold? Is gold gonna come back and give us a retest of the highs that it has broken out of, and then continue to give us new highs as we are about to end the year? We are in Q4. Um, we are in Q4, and gold is almost at 4,000. 4,000. You know what I mean? Um, I just wanted to know your thoughts. I wanted to know what you guys think. I strongly believe that Bitcoin is coming, man. Bitcoin is coming for gold's ass. You know, Bitcoin is behind gold's shoulders. Bitcoin is right at the door. It's knocking. It's knocking. You know what I mean? And with Bitcoin knocking like this, I want to know from you guys that which one is which one is the one. Which one do you guys prefer? I know a lot of people like trading gold. And gold is not something to be played with. You can't come gold at with $10, $20, $50 up to $100 and expect to, you can't. You're supposed to come here with $1,000, 1,000 rand, in order to trade gold. So gold is really bullish. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Is gold going to give us a retest from where it is right now? But let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Let's go to the H4. What I'm seeing on the H4 on gold, let me remove this so that it doesn't, it um doesn't confuse you guys. You know what I mean? Doesn't confuse you guys. As time goes on, I am going to use TradingView to do my analysis. It's just that right now, I'm using whatever I can use because I'm just trying to be back on YouTube. I started something, and I am going to finish it. I said I wanted to create a channel on YouTube, you know, and I'm fulfilling my promise. I'm keeping my promise that I made to myself, you know. That's why I want you guys to help me along the journey of me trying to revive, trying to grow, trying to create a community, a family with you guys, you know. Um, um, right now on gold on the H4, we are in a ascending channel. You know what I mean? In ascending channel, right there, we've got our resistance area. And then we've got our support right over there. You know what I mean? And then let's go to the H1. On the H1, you can see that the market is in a consolidation. You know what I mean? We are in a consolidation right over here inside these two rectangular boxes, up, down, up, down, up. You know what I mean? But the market is bullish. You should continue looking for buying opportunities, and that's not financial advice. I'm just saying, you know, if the opportunity presents itself, go for it, take it. The market is all about probabilities. It's a probabilities game. Let's go to the 30 minutes. As you can see on the 30 minutes, uh, the market is inside this box. You know what I mean? We're trading inside this box, trading inside that box. So just wait for the breakout, of whatever direction, and a retest, and then a continuation towards the downside, Or if you're looking for a buy, just wait for, a breakout and a retest, and then continuation, continuation towards the upside. You know what I mean? Just wait for that, If the market doesn't present your setup or the way you choose to follow your rules, please don't try to trade the market. Don't try to do anything, Follow your rules, follow your setup, all the things that, align in you towards trying to check a trade, wait for that. Those confirmations, those confluences, wait for them, Don't just jump into the market. Right now, I'm going to flip my phone and go to what's Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. Okie dokie. We are on Bitcoin right now. Let's go to the daily time frame. And on Bitcoin, you can clearly see that we've got that low right over there. And then let me do this. Yeah. And we've got that high over there. You know what I mean? And we've got this important area that I like to highlight just to remember where the market is coming from, So the market is coming from up there, up here, went down here to liquidate, the sellers, to trap sellers in towards thinking that, the market is going to continue to sell even much for more further down towards the downside. You know what I mean? So let's go to the H4 time frame. On the H4 time frame, you can clearly see that the market was trading in somewhat sort of a descending, channel. You know what I mean? Let me clone it. Descending channel, and the market has clearly broken out of that channel. And personally, I'm waiting for a retest of this area before I can start looking for a continuation towards the upside. I'm personally looking for a retest, of that area right over there. Let me show you this area right over here. This area with the rectangular box, I'm waiting for a retest of that area so that, I can continue looking for more buying opportunities. You know what I mean? And so many targets, on my previous video, this area that I've highlighted for you with the horizontal line right over here. Let me show you. Let me show you with a rectangular. Let me mark it for you with a rectangular box. This area right here, if you can go and watch my previous video, like it, share it, with your families, your brothers and sisters, if you can go back to it and watch it, you can clearly see that this area is an area of significance for me, this area is everything for me, you know what I mean? This is my point of interest, of or A or I, however you want to call it, you know what I mean? That's that area for me. Along the way, you can, your TPs, you know what I mean? Let me also highlight this area right over here. Can also be another TP for you, you know. And right now, in all honesty, right now, the market is trending towards the upside. It's creating a series of higher highs and higher lows, And we're on H4. Let's go to the H1 time frame so that I can show it to you much more clearer. You know what I mean? Much more clearer. You guys can see the market has reached in an ascending channel that is going up. Whenever the market is, touching this trend line resistance, the market comes back down. Let me show you. See where I've marked, market, what did it do? Came back down, here, came back to touch here. What did it do? Went up, to give us a buy. So right now, as I was showing you with these, I'm waiting for a retest of that area right over there. And it can be, let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. It can be your trends in trends type of, I know a lot of people like trading trends in trends, You could wait for the market to break this if you are looking for those selling opportunities. You wait for the market to break there, retest, and then continuation towards the downside, But be patient on, the buys, You can't buy when the market is, at a resistance area when it's up, That's an immature trader that does that, Be patient, wait for your setup to play out, and all is going to be in place. So with that being said, I'm going to ask you the question again. Which one do you think is the best for you? Is it Bitcoin? Is it gold? Is it gold or Bitcoin? Comment down in the comment section below. My favorite broker to use is EXNESS. It's EXNESS. Sorry about that. English is not my, uh, first language. You know what I mean? But that's not an excuse. But yeah. So Bitcoin versus gold. Which one is much more better for you? Which one do you like the most? Which one do you prefer the most? Which one do you like trading? Which one do you want to invest in with all your hard-earned money? Which one is it for you? So with all that being said, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can grow. Appreciate you for watching the video. Toodles.